Hi guys, Vino here and welcome to this OTGV. It's currently 7 minutes past 12 p.m. on Thursday the 10th of April 2025. I almost forgot the date there for a moment. So I'm currently off work as it stands at the moment, and I'll be honest, I'm not feeling the best right now, but I thought I'd update you guys on what's been going on. So I suffer with high blood pressure, just to give that context for those of you who don't know. And for since last Friday, my blood pressure has been rather high, which it should be, because it should be medically maintained, regulated, whatever you want to call it. Long story short, Tuesday at work, it spiked for a very specific reason that I'm not going to necessarily get into in this video. I took a trip to the hospital and they think it's stress related. So I'm off work for now for stress related reasons. And I thought I'd do a little OTGV. I do have a couple plans today. So I thought I'd take you guys along the ride with me. I'm very scatterbrained right now. Because of, I think, relating to the stress and how it's making me feel. But I got like 3 hours sleep last night. Because I went to bed quite late. Didn't sleep much. My alarm went off. So I had to phone into work, obviously. Yeah, I'm just a bit scatterbrained, a bit all over the place at the moment, to be honest. But I have ordered something from Amazon. So you guys may remember, and if it wasn't in a video, I'll say now, that I was considering 3 things through Amazon payments. I was considering a drone, a Lenovo Legion Go, and a coffee machine. Well, the decision was kind of made for me. The drone that I wanted was available for 12 monthly payments. They downed it to 5. That would make the monthly payments £250 a month. I don't have £250 a month to spend for 5 months on a drone. So, unfortunately, couldn't get that. And there was something about the Lenovo Legion Go, again, that happened with the payments. So I went with the coffee machine. I've gone with the Ninja Lux Cafe, or Cafe Lux. I'll be doing a video on it when it arrives tomorrow, due to arrive tomorrow. And that is connected to one of the plans I have today, is pop to a specialty independent coffee shop. There's actually a Roasters as well, around the corner from me, and pick up some nice specialty coffee to use in the machine when it arrives tomorrow, because they do recommend that you use some good quality coffee. So that's one of the things that I might be doing today. I might take you guys along for the ride, so to speak. For now, I'm going to pop out, get a bit of fresh air, get something to eat. I need to buy some milk and bits and bobs from the shop. I'm going to do that, and then come back, and then go from there. I am due a call from my GP surgery this afternoon at some point. They should have called me by now, but hopefully it'll be this afternoon at some point. And hopefully I can get officially signed off, because I haven't been officially signed off yet, but I would like that to happen. So we'll see what happens when I get that call a bit later on. But for now, guys, I'll see you a bit later on. Hi guys, so I'm back many hours later. I didn't end up making it to the specialty coffee shop, Roasters, whatever you want to call them. Really, I'm still not feeling great, I'll be honest. I'm feeling incredibly drained. I'm just feeling there's a lot of things going on at the moment, to be honest. I'm not going to dwell on it in these videos. You know what's going on. I've told you what's going on earlier, so I'm not going to dwell on it. The whole point of me being off is to not dwell on it and to get better, basically. And I'm trying to remain positive, but it's a little bit difficult at the moment, guys. I'm not feeling the most motivated, the most enthusiastic. You may be wondering, why are you recording a video then if you're not feeling the best? Sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, the smooth with the rough, or the rough with the smooth, whichever way you want to look at that, whichever way you want to do that, basically. So sometimes, life's not all about rainbows and butterflies and all the positivity. There are some low points in life, unfortunately. On the subject of high points, though, I do have the coffee machine arriving tomorrow. The Ninja Cafe Luxe arriving tomorrow. Or Lux Cafe. I think it's Cafe Lux. That actually sounds a bit better than Lux Cafe. That's arriving tomorrow. Tonight, I do have some tidying up to do. Got some washing up to do. I'm going to move off one of the coffee machines that's on our counter in the small kitchen. And that's going to be where the Ninja machine will go. In the hope that I can do a video tomorrow on the Ninja machine. And sort of show it off. And that was my stomach. I'm quite hungry right now. I'm hungry, but my appetite is all over the place right now, connected to what's going on. To be honest with you, I made some calls this morning that I need to make to various places, again, related to what's going on at the moment. And then after one of the calls, I just fell asleep on the sofa. I got an atrocious night's sleep last night. I think I said that in the previous segment, but I got an atrocious night's sleep last night. So, needed that nap. To be honest, woke up from that nap when I had a bath, which is why my hair's a little bit wet from what you can see. But yeah, this evening I'm going to do some washing up, get all that washing up done, get that out of the way, clear off the counter, clear off the draining board, and then ready for the coffee machine to arrive tomorrow. And I'll probably have my last coffee from the Nespresso C200. I think is the one I've got out there at the moment, which I'll probably be listing on Facebook Marketplace. I bought it for $5 because the person didn't know it still worked. They basically sold as seen. It works perfectly. It needs some descaling, but it works sold as seen. So it works perfectly. So I'm going to list it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to list some of the other coffee machines that I have on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, and maybe I can start clawing back some of the money that I'm going to be spending on the Ninja coffee machine over the next few months. I think what I need to do now, though, is go and get something to eat. Although my appetite is not the best right now. I go long periods of time without eating at the moment. I'll say that. My stomach is hurting quite a bit right now because I've gone. It's now 5 to 9 p.m. on Thursday the 10th of April, just to give you that. And I haven't eaten since 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock this morning. So yeah, like 8 hours. I've eaten 8 hours. So yeah, I should go and get something to eat. And then go from there. Probably grab a drink of milk, that sort of thing. So I'll be back with you guys later on. Hello guys, so it's the next day. It's currently Friday the 11th of April. It's about 20 to 11 right now. I'm going to take a seat. I am feeling better than I did yesterday. I am in higher spirits today, but there is a specific reason why I'm in higher spirits today, and that's because the Ninja coffee machine, the Cafe Luxe, is arriving today at some point. Hasn't been sent out for delivery just yet, so I'm probably going to use that time to pop to the shop, get some bits and bobs. I still need to do the washing up out there. I did end up doing the washing up out there, and catching up with an old friend on Discord last night for a few hours, so didn't end up doing the washing up in the end. In terms of how I'm feeling otherwise, my stomach just feels like, when you take a sponge and you compress it really, really small, it just feels like someone's doing that constantly to my stomach, and I'm getting kind of mixed signals, whether I'm hungry or whether it's just the feeling of that. It's not the most pleasant a feeling, and I'm just feeling very tired at the moment, lethargic, very, very scatterbrained, extremely scatterbrained. The point where yesterday I kind of forgot when I walked out to the road to look both ways. So little things like that. Luckily it was a quiet road and I've since sort of said to myself, before you walk into a road, stop on the edge and have a look. Just little things. I'm really scatterbrained at the moment. Little things that I wouldn't normally forget, I'm forgetting. My memory is not the best at the moment. But as I said yesterday, onwards and upwards. I'm not going to dwell on any of this. It is what it is. I'm just sharing it with you guys, sharing how I feel. But yeah, probably going to pop to the shop, get some bits, come back from the shop, wait for the coffee machine to be delivered, get it all set up. I'm probably just going to buy some some beans from my local co-op just for now, to stick in it, just to give it something for now. And then I will look at buying some better beans tomorrow or something. Over the weekend, I'll take a bit of a walk or a bus trip, whatever it may be, down to the place that's sort of that direction, kind of. Yeah, that direction. The coffee shop / roasters. I'll take a little walk down there. I mean, the coffee's quite expensive, about £11 a bag, some of it, but then that's the price you pay for specialty coffee. It's really funny. I watch a lot of James Hoffmann, as I've said in previous segments of this video, I do believe. If I haven't, I've just said it. And one thing that he has said is people need to get used to how much independent specialty coffee costs. Unfortunately, supermarkets have given us a false representation of how much coffee good quality coffee should cost. Obviously, you can buy a bag of coffee, ground or beans from the supermarket for like a couple of quid. If that, in some cases, you can buy really cheap ground coffee. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but yeah, you can buy really cheap ground coffee and stuff like that. But good quality, well roasted, has a roast on date coffee, not cheap. You're talking £10 a bag. I mean, James Hoffmann has reviewed, specialty coffee that's 15, 20, £25 a bag. He did a because he owns his own roasters. He did a batch of specialty coffee that was like £15, £20, and he did a video. This is the video that I watched. He did a video on, is £15, £20 too expensive for a bag of coffee? Depends who you are. Really, depends who you are. Ready on that one. But there was a bit of sticker shock when I looked up online on their website. I'm like, £11 for a bag of coffee? Jeez, that's that's up there. But as I said, for good quality specialty independent coffee, that's the kind of prices you're looking at. Lucky I watched that James Hoffmann video, so I kind of understand why it costs that much money, because he does go into the why that kind of coffee costs a lot of money, and why and how supermarkets manage to get it down so cheap, and the methods they use to do that. Anyway, I'm going to go for a bit, and I'll speak to you guys a little bit later. So hi guys, you can see from that little interstitial that I put in there that I've received the coffee machine, set it all up, and it's running perfectly. Time for a cuppa, by the way. You can see I've got a couple of things wrong during that little interstitial. Is you're supposed to tap with the dosing funnel on. I took it off, but put it back on again afterwards. And what else did I get wrong? Yeah, the milk production or the froth production wasn't as much as it normally was. Normally it fills all of that cup. You probably also noticed this cup was dirty. All I did was rinse it out because I used it yesterday. There was no point, in my opinion, cleaning it up completely because I'm just going to use it again. And it's only me that ever uses that cup. So, to me, I didn't see the point in washing it up completely, because I was just going to use it straight up afterwards, after rinsing it out a little bit. And also, yes, that side can do with a little bit of a wipe down, because the old machine that was there, of course, I haven't cleaned up from underneath it. But that produces really, really good coffee, consistent coffee, which is the idea behind it. And I think it's quicker than the previous machine. The previous machine had to go through a whole startup at the beginning, whereas that doesn't have to go through that whole startup. I'm very impressed with it, very happy with it. I just need to buy some good coffee for it, because at the moment it's some Co-op cheapo coffee in there, but I do need to buy some good specialty coffee to put in there, so I can sort of find out how good coffee that thing can actually produce. I'm feeling a lot better today than I have over the last few days. The last few days I felt as if my stomach is just, as I said, being rinsed, you know, just a sponge being absolutely squished within an inch of its life, or a millimetre of its life. But I feel a lot better today. Haven't got that at all. Funny thing is, I'm actually going to see my mum today, and I was contemplating whether to actually go and see my mum. I'd arranged to go and see her yesterday, but I was thinking I'll see how I feel to begin with. Yeah. If I don't feel good, I'm not going. But I actually feel pretty decent today. I'm a bit hungry, which is to be expected, but I'm actually feeling a lot better than I have over the last few days, and I don't feel like utter shit, to be honest with you. So hopefully that trend continues on, and I'm over feeling absolute rotten like I have the last few days. I just thought about work then, and I can feel it begin to bubble up again. So I'm going to try and not think about work too much, and just sort of relax. That's the whole point of spending a time off work when you're stressed, is not to think of the trigger points of the stress. But yes, going up to mum's. We're going to have some lunch. My mum recently just had an operation, so I'm going to go and see her after the operation. What else? Have some lunch and take up some lunch with me. Yeah, going to be a good day. Obviously, I've got my coffee machine now. There will be a full-on review at some point of it, but for now, that interstitial will do you for now. Anyway, I'm going to go drink this cup of coffee, and then set off for my mum's. We'll go from there, I think. Sounds good. Hi guys, so this is actually a very quick sign off on the last OTGV, because I'm going to be going straight into recording a new OTGV, so you'll probably see me wearing this top in the new OTGV that I'll record in just a moment, but I didn't sign off that last one properly. It's now been a week since that last OTGV, so stay tuned for the next one that should be up in the next couple of days, give or take, to see what the continuation of that video is. Take care and see you next video, guys.